Hi Amy, welcome to my house. Today I'm going to show you AJ and I's favorite dessert. These are called molten chocolate lava cakes. They're amazing, they're easy to make, and they're pretty much the easiest dessert if you're trying to have a dinner party. I find that they're proportional. People can eat them all in one sitting, and they're really yummy. So I'm going to show you how we do it. All right, first of all, you're going to take just bittersweet baking chocolate. You're going to put 6 squares of it into a bowl. So this stuff's going to be sweetened here in a little bit with the powdered sugar, but for now, it's just the plain old bitter chocolate. You don't want to use milk chocolate or anything like that already has the sugar in it. Next, I'm going to take 10 tablespoons of butter, and we're going to put that in the bowl. Make sure we get all that out. And then we're going to pop this into the microwave and melt it down for about 2 minutes. All right, so now we're going to take our chocolate and butter mixture out of the microwave, and we're going to keep mixing everything else together. All right, so you just want to kind of stir this in, make sure that you're mixing the chocolate and the butter together until it's one solid dark brown coloration. And then what we're going to add next is, I've already measured out, we have a 1/2 cup of flour. So these don't have a lot of flour in them, which is good because that's what helps keeps the center really moist and gooey. So we're going to add in our little bit of flour there. And then we're also going to add into this 1½ cups of powdered sugar. So this is the sweet stuff, helps hold it all together. These are absolutely delicious. I can't tell you, these are like crowd pleaser desserts. I haven't had a person yet not eat the entire thing. All right, and then what I like to do once in a while, I actually cook a lot of gluten-free, and so this one is not, but what you can do, instead of a 1/2 cup of the regular flour, you could use a 1/2 cup of oat flour, and that works just fine. I've done that before. Now we need to keep this a little bit moistened, so I'm going to add 3 egg yolks, regular eggs, and then for those of you who want to take a little bit of the fat out of things, it calls for 3 whole eggs, so I'm using 3 whole egg beaters. So that'll keep it nice and moist as we mix it together, and it'll also cut down the fat a little bit. So this is a great way. You can make them gluten-free and you can make them low-fat. So lots of versatility with the molten lava cakes. All right, so we're mixing this all together. And basically, once you have this mixed, our next step's going to be to grease these little baking cups that we have over here, and we're going to pour this mixture into the baking cups and bake them in the oven at 425 for about 14 to 16 minutes. And you want to make sure when you're doing this that you're not over baking these, because then that takes away the molten lava center that everyone's looking forward to. So you want to make sure that you're checking them ever so often. They can't be too gooey because then they're going to be harder to eat. They'll be more like fudge. Hot fudge, I should say. But you want to also make sure that they're cooked just enough. So that 14 to 16 minute might vary depending on your ovens. All right. So you just about got this all mixed together. And make sure you don't have too many lumps in there. Everything should look pretty fluent. And then you're going to grease up your cups. All right, and you're just going to pour a little bit into each of them. I would say probably about 3/4 of the way full, because you want to leave them room to puff up. And that one we might be able to add a little bit more, and I just like to make sure. I usually make about 5 of these. You can make 6, but I find if you fill it 3/4 of the way full, it doesn't always make 6 cups. Sometimes it just makes 5. It's up to you though. You can make them smaller or larger. You could do just 4 and make them extra big. All right. So we've got that in there. And I'm going to add a little bit more to this one that I shortened. And now the next step is going to be to put these in the oven at 425 for 14 to 16 minutes. Okay, so I got the molten lava cakes out of the oven, and this is what they're going to look like when they come out. And all you're going to want to do is run a knife around the edges to kind of loosen the cake, and then you're just going to turn it upside down and it'll be in a bowl. Looks just like this. So here's your final product. And then I love these whipped cream makers. You just pour whipping cream and you put the charger in, and I put a little vanilla and sugar, and then you're going to shake it up And we're just going to top off our beautiful little molten lava cake with some whipped cream. And if you're like me, I'm big into all the sweets. We're going to put a little bit of caramel syrup just over the top of this to kind of solidify the dish. So that'll look lovely, and your guests will not complain, I promise. They're going to love it. And you're just going to want to, I'll show you what it looks like once you dig a little spoon into it. You open it up there. It's going to have all the molten right in the center, nice and hot. You can serve it with ice cream or the whipped cream, whatever you choose.